Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm Vikova, you can call me V, and today I'm streaming more Outer Wilds. And I'm very excited and I've been thinking about it in the interim. So I just want to say quickly hello to Story Dragon, to Kyrivo, to Moopet, to Talon. Oh my gosh, so many people. To Rowan, to Teferax, to Calmly Enveloped, and Oblachko. It's lovely to have you all here today. Talon says, I woke up on Thursday at 7 Mountain Time and have been on airplanes and trains ever since, and I am so thoroughly sleep deprived. I'll probably pass out during the stream. Oh, Talon, oh no! Oh, I hope you can get lots of rest very soon. Oh my gosh. Oh, this game is so beautiful. Teferac says Outer Wilds is definitely one of those games that creeps up on you in the space between thoughts. Absolutely. Talon, the music and sound design in this game is really good. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's see. Resume the expedition. Hello, Silly Bacon! Hello, Ninetailed System! Welcome! Okay, so what I've been thinking is, and I hesitate to even say it, I am so frightened. I think I've been thinking about how on Giant's Deep, the planet Giant's Deep, we heard that there is a way to get past the current in the ocean and go deeper. And what I'm thinking is that I've not even allowed myself to get very deep underwater because I am terrified of the ocean. But maybe we can find maybe there's something to discover down there. Now, I didn't want to discover anything down there because it all seemed very scary. And frankly, it still seems very scary. But we could... Let me just roast a marshmallow. I could doze off now. I'll roast a marshmallow for my own, in this nice campfire for my own, peace of mind. Yeah, I think that could be something we try and explore. Moopet says, I have absolutely no idea what this game is. This game is this absolutely beautiful space exploration game where you're leaving a small lumberyard planet in a wooden spaceship exploring. And you're caught in a time loop. And so every 20 minutes or so, you reset. The universe explodes. And we're just trying to uncover things. But space is actually really scary. Even more so for me, because I have a fear of space. So it's been a time. It's really cute and scary, and it's just many things. Before we get started, we're gonna go have a quick hide and seek with my friend Space Rock, because that makes me feel better about the universe. So. Sunday Luna, hello and welcome. Sunday Luna says, be brave, go to the ocean. I'll go back, but it scares me. But we did make good progress there, like we discovered some things, and there on that island, when we were seeing into like a different dimension or something, I don't really understand, a different time, we could see that there was some kind of structure under the island we were on, but I couldn't find a way in. So we've got to discover how to get to that as well. Nine says, oh, Quirrell says, not sure if we'll be able to watch us today, not feeling well. This may not be a great thing to watch when feeling dizzy. Oh, I mean, this seems like a very motion sickness triggering sort of game. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Quirrell. And the rest of the Nine system. Silly Bacon says, was that the planet with all the tornadoes? It was the planet with all the tornadoes. That launched us into space and then sucked us back down into the ocean. Who imagined all of this? The creators of this game, it's like they looked into my mind and saw everything that would scare me the most and put it into a video game. Oh. Alright, the statue's eyes are just open now. Okay. Oh, Space Rock. The rock that moves when you can't perceive it. I I love you, Space Rock. Okay, let's play hide and seek. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, let's try. Oh. About. Okay, goodbye, Space Rock. I'm feeling buoyed against the many horrors of space now that I've had a little moment with my good friend Space Rock. Let's go use the launch codes and start the countdown, shall we? Coral says we're discovering exciting phobias together, old and new. Yes, absolutely. The music in this game is just so good. So we're on this just beautiful, kind of peaceful camp yard, lumber yard planet. And let's use our launch codes and get into our spaceship. Tufferak says, your regularly scheduled gentle reminder that we're trying to provide a spoiler-free zone for V to explore the wonders of the universe. Please avoid backseating with spoilers, especially if you already know the game. Yes, thank you. Thus far, I think everyone has been very respectful. I will yell help a lot of times. I probably don't actually want help unless I explicitly say, chat, please help me. It is a rhetorical help that is entirely entirely caused by my fear. So don't just to pre-warn you there. Alright. Oh, flight is so difficult. This game's hard to play only once a week. The controls! Foxhound, hello. I really love the Hearthian smileys with the two pairs of eyes. So good. Alright. We're going into space. We're lifting off this very tiny planet. I'm waiting for my console to go dark. Okay, I think we're out. Now, I want to find you. That's Giant's Deep. We're getting the hang of Giant's Deep. So Bacon says the usual shout for help then. Absolutely. Rowan says the safe word is not help. Yes. Is autopilot gonna land me on this little station around the outside that exploded at the start? No. I haven't muted my phone, but I daren't let go of my controls right now. Okay, we're going in, we're going in. Through the scary clouds. Oh. Oh. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's different. Is that different? That looks bigger than the other ones. What's this? What? Hello? What? There's another... Oh no. I don't know what's happening right now. There's another one of the ships. Oh, I guess that's probably, Gabbro's ship. And they just don't care that it's just floating around on the planet. Gabbro being the other person on this planet with us. Okay. Here's a landing pad. Oh, I broke my ship. I broke my ship. Exit the ship. No, wait. Exit the ship. I have to repair my ship before it explodes. That's a thing I've learned. My ship will explode. What do I need to do? The front and the sides and the back. Just the everywhere, really. Okay. That's repaired. No. Okay. What else was... That's repaired. I think I saw like a back thrusters sort of situation. Maybe? I can't really jetpack up very well. Let's see what else is broken on the side. Just on the side now. Okay. Bacon says smooth landing. All the pieces are still attached. Says Teferax. That counts as a win. Thank you. I think it counts as a... It should definitely count as a win. Alright, this is the front. This is Port Hull. Okay. Ship is repaired. Ship is docked and fully landed. Okay, this is the place with the rings. But if I went there, I could see that in the center of this island, there is a large structure. Oh! Hang on. There's a tornado coming. Maybe I could have gotten inside to one of the little safety blue things, but I'll just stay here. Oh, so scary. We're in space now because the tornadoes thrusted us into space. Harry says repair with duct tape and wood. I really think that is what I am doing. Teferax says autopilot is 95% duct tape after all. Oh no. Still in space. But we're on the nice little safety landing pad. So in the island, it just keeps our ship here so we don't get through. I'm assuming that tornado is basically gone now, so I'm gonna... it really feels like actually I might be about to be thrown into space again anyway, but... let's... Okay, I'm honest. These things prevent me... They keep me safe when the island gets thrown around. That tornado sounds very close. Oh! Oh, Pearl, you haven't seen this area before? Giant's Deep is amazing. We actually made progress last time. Wait, what's this? Is this... No, I've done that before. It's because it's reset. Oh, I'm gonna have to redo all the things I did here, of course. That went in there, but I don't need to read those now. I've done it before. This is the spaceport on the outside that is broken. Alright. This is fine. This is probably all fine. Okay. We know that some time ago this was created, and then 11 minutes ago the probe was launched from the orbital probe cannon, even though this civilization no longer exists. Does this work without the piece put in it yet? Remove the control projection stone. Put it here. Okay. We can see tubes. Tubes running. We can see that structure. What? This isn't on the island? This is even on the planet. I did not realize that before. Is this actually in the space station? There's the station floating by. So what is this? Okay. Okay. I don't know what any of that means. Let's try and go into the ocean. I'm gonna go get on my ship. And I'm so afraid, I don't want to go in the ocean. I don't know how to explain to you how much I don't want to go into the ocean. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be weird and scary, and I don't want to do it. Being rather averse to weird and scary things. But let's try it. Oh, I'm so afraid. Oh, Talon, I'm glad you're enjoying the Sound of Music. Yeah, it's really, really good. Moopet says, is it Subnautica scary? I don't know. I'm mostly afraid of empty spaces, which ocean is quite a large one, and also space is another one, hence you can understand my fear in this instance. Call Me Ups, hello and welcome. Call Me Up says, it's fine, Giant Deep is chill. This isn't Subnautica. I have been scared every moment I've spent on this planet, so I must disagree. But, okay, I've been telling myself all week that we're gonna be able to go into the ocean. I've been telling myself if we don't go in, we're not gonna know what they were talking about there being something that got through the current barrier. So I just need to do it. I just need to do it. Comment says not Dark Bramble. Dark Bramble is the first place I went. First I fell into the sun, and then I went to Dark Bramble. And, oh gosh, Dark Bramble was horrifying. Who's this Batteron? Hello and welcome. Oh, there's a tornado coming. I'm also afraid of the tornadoes. I'm afraid of everything. Story says you can do it. Sunday Luna says we're all sending you positive vibes. Thank you, thank you. Non-spoilery positive vibes. Thanks, everyone. I mean, I think the best thing that could happen is that I go in and then there's nothing in the ocean. But the problem is that that's still really scary to me. If there's nothing in the ocean, I don't know which is worse for me, if there's nothing or if there's something. I guess if the something isn't scary, maybe I'll be okay. Okay. We're going in. Oh, I'm so afraid. Ooh. It's gonna pull me down, right? That's the tornado. Okay, there is something down there. Oh, so scary. That's the things that, that blue light is what explodes out when everything dies. There's a jellyfish? I mean, I like jellyfish. I don't like jellyfish just kind of floating in a void. I think I'm not getting any closer, am I? Oh, wait, am I? More jellyfish. I'm getting closer. I'm not getting closer. Jellyfish? Help me? I'm talking to the jellyfish. So the jellyfish can go through this current. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I was worried it would be. Let's go find one of the other, islands. It was still pretty bad. Let's go find one of the other islands. It's really hard to keep up with chat. I'm very sorry, everyone. Controlling the movement is really a big thing. Oh, hello. Oops. Oh, no. I think this might be the end of this one. I need to find somewhere to land and repair. Oh, okay. Okay. Exit ship. No. Exit ship to repair. What do I need to repair? I need to repair the front and some of the back, maybe. Okay. Landing gear. Okay. Headlights. Oh, they were very damaged. Cockpit repaired. Is that everything? Oh, it isn't the end! Look at that, we've successfully survived 2 crashes. This is delightful. Bacon says I think you were just drifting around the core at this point. I think I was, but I was excited to see there was more than one jellyfish. We're just gonna wait out this tornado. Ketsa, hello and welcome. Felbin, hello, welcome. Baderon says this is a good place to wreck your ship because of the higher gravity. I mean, I can wreck my ship in no gravity. But it's true, I have wrecked it quite a lot already. Oh, I really hate being flung up into the... Oh gosh, look at that. That's... No one should have to experience what we're experiencing right now. Is that leaving, or is that another one coming? It sure looks like it's getting even nearer. Am I about to be thrown up into space a second? Yep. No? No, it's sort of going on its own little jaunty, meandering path. I wish the landing pad would safely keep me in my ship, but I don't think it will. So this is the statues. We've explored quite a lot of this, but we never made it into the workshop. But I understand a little bit more about how the mechanics work, so I think we maybe have a chance. Okay. Ooh. Jetpack does not work very well on this planet. Okay. Statue workshop, yes. I'm gonna need like a key to get in here, right? Probably. Oh, I don't see anywhere to put a key. Oh, off we go. We're going this way. Falvin, thank you for the follow. Let's see. This is good. This is, nope. There we go. Don't fall in the water. Just don't fall in the water, really. Trees, oxygen, safety from tornado. Okay. Now we've come in here, we've read the writing in the past, and down there is the statue workshop. There's a key. I just don't know how you get down there. Is there more than one door? So that's probably the door we saw because it has a big crack in it. Snapshot. Statue just like the one that we have. I wish I could read. No, I don't want the telescope. I want to read that, but I don't think I can read it from this distance. No, I can't read it from here. Okay. I mean, I've done this before. I really think I need to be in there, and it seems like there's paths to travel around. I just don't know where on this island I go in order to get there. Blatchko says to ease your worries a bit. I hope it's not a spoiler because it was a mechanic that we've seen. There's only a danger of exploding if the control panel flashes. Okay, thank you. The Grebo, hello and welcome. Baderon says, man, the Nomai really didn't like stairs. Teferact says, what's gravity ever done for us? Okay, yeah, everything's dying now. I don't know how to get into the statue workshop, and I feel like I need to. It's showing me all the many things I have witnessed. I'm so glad that I faced my fear of looking down in the ocean. We did gain information. We survived 2 crashes. I feel like I am actually gaining skill in this game. I just feel like I started this game with negative skill. Okay, I'm not... My heart rate is not up that much compared to where it normally is when this happens. Maybe we should go... If I can't find a doorway into the statues, perhaps we should go to that little space station that exploded. I think that's going to be really hard to navigate my way into. I'm going to give it a go anyway. Quirrell says you're constantly gaining skill? Aww. Batteron says looking into the ocean is an important skill to have gained. Yes, thank you. It was like a full stream of me just crying and refusing to look into the ocean. So... Okay. Let's try this again. I'm just gonna put my spacesuit on to begin with. There's a crash in my future, I know it. Let's do it. Okay. We're looking down. We're blasting off. I'm waiting for my console to go dark. Okay, we're in space. Lights. I can't believe how easily I'm finding Giant's Deep when I come up now. It's always in the same place. So I mean, previously, I would just get lost in space every single time. So, Calmly says, IMO fear is usually of the unknown, and when we know more, we fear less. I think that's a big part of my fear of emptiness, for sure. That and heights. Let's see. Abort the autopilot. I don't want to be pulled in. I want to go elsewhere. Match the velocity. Yes, match the velocity. Yes. Oh. Oh no. No. Okay, I've managed to stay out. My space travel abilities are bad. I want to autopilot like the... I've got to autopilot to get in again because I'm just drifting out into space. I'm gonna accidentally backwards fall into dark bramble and cry, so let's just autopilot a little bit. And then, oh, there's a moon here as well. Let's abort this. Match the velocity. Please match the velocity. Please match the velocity. Oh, no. Oh, no. No! Ah! Okay. Oh! Oh! Yes, you! I can see that you have a... Oh, I want to travel to you. There we go. Match your velocity. Okay. Match your velocity again. Okay. Okay, this is working. Am I supposed to go in? This doesn't really fit. How do I land? It doesn't really seem like this is actually going to hold my ship in place, to be honest with you. Oh, this is making me feel a little bit dizzy. Please just land. No. Can I match the velocity? Alright, just hang out here, I guess. Alright. This can't go wrong, right? Oh no, my ship is like just drifting away. It's not drifting away? It's done drifting. Oh no. Okay. Oh, I'm frightened of this as well. Okay, everyone. Alright, we're going in. Tougher access seems legit. Calling Belt says, woo, well done, V. Getting places and landing is one of the most difficult things in this game. It really is. Oh, I'm going in. Okay. Oh, I'm afraid of this room. Okay. What? Oh, something scary is about to happen. You move when I perceive you. You made a space rock? Oh! Okay, that's a thing that just happened. Alright, cool. Good. Yes, good. Bacon says that was a great landing, and I think you don't even need the ship anymore. Thanks, Bacon! Oh, okay. Oh, look at all that space. Alright. Ship log updated. Yes, reading. Reading isn't scary. No, I don't want to probe track. I want to translate. Okay, there we go. It just says probe tracking module. Okay. It's got like a key on it. And you are... What? No, translate it. Ooh. Just untranslated? Launch module. Okay, where am I going first? Let's go to the probe room. Okay, that's all destroyed. That's just empty space, so we don't need to go there just yet. Okay, are you also destroyed? No, you have a door. It's pulling me through? I think it's just gonna open to space. Oh no, no. Hang on. This is the structure I was seeing. Look, there it is down. Oh wow! This is the vision. Okay, I need to pause a second. I just need a moment. I'll take the excuse to silence my phone, but I just want a moment. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. This is very, very cool. This is very, very cool, everyone. Okay, we're making progress again. I love it when we make progress. I love it when I don't just drift into the sun and die. This is great news. Okay. All right, good. Yes. Good. Oh, scary music. This is... So we've made it to, like... We're in this, like, dome. Crystals spinning us around. Oh, wow. That's cool. Do you have a key? Maybe a key needs to be brought here. There's a couple keys around. Giant's Deep Projection Stone. Oh, it's gonna give me a vision and I'm gonna be frightened. Okay, that's where we were. So it was projecting to us, and we were projecting to it. Interesting. Yes. I don't like it, the black goo. I'll just come out and say it. Launch module projection stone. I'll take this out. I think this game is so smooth. Okay, except for the flight. The flight is not so smooth. Launch module projection. Everything is destroyed. There's more bramble in it! Is that a tree? Is that actually a tree or is that bramble? Because there seem... I think it... No, it's a tree that's died. On the planet, we did see some bramble, and the bramble surely has something to do with the destruction of all this. Okay. Well, didn't like that very much either, but that's information. We like information. Something can be placed there. Mallow, my better 50%. Cassava is sending the last of the cannon components. Soon, relatively speaking, we'll know the eye's precise location. The thought of concluding our elder's curious and challenging search increases my heart's temperature, my love. Cassava tells me he and the construction yard crew have determined a power setting we are not under any circumstances to go above. I see, and I am right to think that consequently we'll be ignoring that setting? Okay. I can posit with nearly 100% certainty our friends have accounted for our natures, so I suggest we do. Oh no. Giving the orbital probe cannon all the power it can structurally withstand creates the greatest chance of finding the eye of the universe. Yes, and the probe must travel as far as it can. As far as it can, I'll make some adjustments. Okay, so it got more power than it could cope with, but possibly that's because it happened so much further in the future than planned. The trees that we saw floating around were dead. These ones are alive. That's interesting. If I stand on this, it's going to flip me back to that side. And I'm going to do it. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh! Oh, I didn't like that. Nope. Things coming out of goo. I don't care for that either. Sure, this is part of the station. Orbital probe cannon damage report. Several structural stress detected. Assessing damage to modules. Intact, no structural damage. Viewport window fractured, module exposed to the vacuum of space. Probe tracking module is missing. No, I think I want that on. Okay. But wait, we could put it into other sections. Whoa! Okay. We could put it into other sections. We can put it into other sections, and it will create a different thing. Presumably, these are parts we could use to repair this? Hang on, I'm falling very behind on chat. I think someone new has just arrived. Nova Better, hello and welcome. I am enjoying this excellent game. I'm also terrified 95% of the time, but we're reading right now. Reading is not so scary. Alright, we're back in. Bacon says, I love the idea of someone creating a cannon set to 50% power at max because they know that whoever uses it will go above the limit regardless. Oh, that's wonderful. Teferac says, sounds like every time I design a system for a client. It does seem to just make sense. Rowan says, if we wait here for long enough, will it fire and reset the universe? Maybe. I don't know how to use this. I suppose I should go into the no, it's missing. The probe section is missing. Let's lift this. Let's put it there. What does it create? A different part of the structure. I wish it would tell me what each thing is. But even if this is creating something useful, I don't know how to make use of that. Do I jump in the goo? Okay, everyone, I'm gonna jump in the goo, but I'm gonna close my eyes, okay? I'm gonna jump in the goo. I'm gonna jump in the goo. Oh, I'm flying way too much. Oh yeah, the gravity. Okay, it'll flip me over now. I'm going in the goo. Oh, it's just on the ground. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Okay, that was a huge relief. Okay. Projection stone. Launch module projection stone. Neither of these is the probe, is it? No. Nope. Please, just let me in the hole. I just wanted to go in the hole. How do you get back in there without getting sucked up? No, no, please! Okay, I'm in. Ooh. Bacon says, couldn't you put the giant steep projection stone onto the wall thingy to get text for that one? Oh, maybe. I'm gonna go have a look in the... I'm gonna have a look again in the probe projection room. Okay. Yeah, it does indeed appear to be mostly missing. Okay, I'm not... There really doesn't seem to me to be anything in there to, like, see. No. Okay, we're gonna go back in. We'll try moving some stones around. But we have looked at the giant steep projection stone. Launch scout. I don't need to launch a scout. I need to... Do I need to launch a scout? Hang on. Yeah, I haven't really, like, looked here. You've gone too far. Okay. Angles are hard. That's the destroyed room. Okay. I need to turn off my probe because that was annoying me. Okay. Okay, we're back in. I think everything's going to be destroyed really soon. We just changed the text, really? Okay, we'll take that off. Giant steep. Yes, okay. I have bad news, Avens. Yara says there was a problem with the proposed power source to the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire, which didn't happen until now. I hope you're pulling my locomotive limb here, Cassava. I wish I were my friend, but no, they aren't certain they can fix the problem, so the orbital probe cannon is on indefinite hiatus. Tell Privet and Mallow they should return from the cannon. My spouse and I will remain at the construction yard for now. We've been there. Okay. An update, Mallow and I will join you and Daz. Privet left to visit her brother. She fears Idea may be responsible. Idea, so like a potential, like, antagonist, I guess? How do I fix this? I can create the thing that fixes this. Right. Like, we look. I can see that the launch module is destroyed. I can't get in there. I can create the... I don't know, maybe I'm not supposed to fix it. Oh, come on, let me in. Ugh. That went much more smoothly than last time, I'll take it. Okay. Bacon says that ball portal system is dizzying. It really is. Okay, let's... Alright, which way is out? That way would be this. Oh, okay. Well... Also, let me... I think I never really read this. This must be the launch module, right? No, that's not it. That's a different thing. Oh gosh, I'm just ping-ponging around. This is where I wanted to read. The launch module. Okay, I want to go in. I want it to let me in. I mean, it's just the room we've already seen. The probe snapshots are not really that useful to me at the moment. Because you can't read through them. Or I don't know how to do that yet. I don't want to go out into space. I want to find the one where my ship is. I go into space in my ship. Oh, why is movement so hard? Why is movement so hard? Teferax says tiny Polaroids. Exactly, it's just tiny Polaroids. And while that's very cool, it's not actually it's not helping me accomplish any of the things I want to accomplish. Oh, please let me into the hole. Ah! Up and then in. Nope. How does anyone jetpack in this game? Help. Woo! Alice Wombat, thank you for the follow. Velocity matched. Oh yeah, maybe I should be using matching my velocity. Yes. I should be using matching. Yes, okay. Yes, good. Almost out of fuel. Oh, it's so scary. Okay. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh. I'm in my ship. I'll put this back. I should put it back on. Does it get any fuel back? No. Well, I'm not jetpacking, so... Whew. Blatchko says you can fly up and down in the suit the same as on a ship. Yeah, but I'm not good in the ship either. Bacon says some fantastic jetpackmanship there. Thank you, thank you. Coral says there's a tank to refuel your jetpack somewhere on the ship. Oh, is there? Refuel! Huge! Okay, I think everything's about to be destroyed, but... Let's go in. No, let me into... Oh! Oh yeah, the sun's... That's what happens, the sun explodes. The sun's turning red. I've never actually seen that before. I've seen the red flashes in the sky, though. Well, I think it's about to happen. Oh, that's where I want to go! I want to get to that little dark bramble thing that's full of ghost particles. Ghost matter. I'm not sure I'm gonna get a chance to do that before everything explodes. Oh, it's happening now. Okay, well, look, I think a lot happened there. I'm making really good progress on Giant's Deep, I feel. Let's go see that, like, nasty little dark bramble crystal cluster, and if I die of dark matter, like, honestly, it'll be a relief. I'm so frightened. It'll be fine. We'll reset. We'll toast a marshmallow. Colin Bell says, I wonder if Via will watch the sun explode sometime. I would have liked to have done it then. I'll try to. I was being pulled into the planet too strongly at the time, and I really don't feel like I have very much control over where the ship goes, I'll be honest. We got about half an hour of the stream left. I feel like we're gonna get stuff done. It's so nice to be past the stage of the game where I'm just screaming and crying. You know, the part of the game where I'm just yelling for help, trying desperately to stop falling or drifting. Toast a marshmallow. This is such an important mechanic. Yum. Okay. Coral says, there is a small dog sleeping on my feet. I am trapped forever now. I mean, you are. There's nothing to be done. But what a way to go. Teferac says, would be the big crime to disturb them. Absolutely. Especially if that small dog is Buddy. That would be a very big crime. Okay. I'm gonna crash, so I'm gonna put on my suit. I get in my ship. Go into space. Wait for my console to go dark. My console is dark. I autopilot to Giant's Deep. We're gonna go look at the bramble part of this island. Teferac says, I committed the big crime when Poppy was on my feet this morning. Oh, jail! Common Bell says BK2 crime. I can't believe I landed on that space station. I know it was mostly luck, but even mostly luck feels pretty big. So there are other parts of it I maybe could explore, but there's no easy way to land. Anyway, we'll deal with that in a minute. I don't have to be afraid of the ocean. The ocean can't suck me all the way down, and there's cute jellyfish at the bottom. It's fine. It's all fine. Okay, that's smoke, so that's just Gabbro. Yeah, that's just Gabbro. Let's look for a scary Tangle island. Scary Tangle Island. There we go. Oh! Alright, that did not go quite as well as I would have liked it to have gone. Now, there's like red glowy things in that crystal. That's the jellyfish. Do you think that might be the jellyfish? Or something like it? Please don't be baby giant anglerfish. Please do not be. Okay, let's fix the ship. What's wrong with the ship? Just the landing gear thrusters, that's fine. Fix. Is that all fixed now? I did it. I'm so good at space now! Okay, that's all ghost matter. Let's send a probe. That's at the top. So the ghost matter is on God. What's in it? What's in it there? Okay, it's quite a ways in. Danger. Okay. Okay, that's like right in front of that. I thought you'd just use the crystals to determine this, but it seems like there is more at play. That's like right in front of it. Can I walk around it? Try that in a moment. What's this way? None this way. Okay. Oh, okay. Safe. Safe. Wow. I can't believe I'm doing this. Look at this. Tefrax says if the landing gear doesn't need repairs, have you actually landed? Quirrell says landing checklist. 1. Aim directly at the thing. 2. Bonk into thing to match position and velocity. 3. Tefrax says throw yourself at the ground and fail to miss. Amazing. Quirrell says, would you like a mechanics hint at something that's already visible on your interface? Yes, please. That's fine. The Black Scare says there's a button for you to switch modes on your scout launcher. Whoa, 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 wait, what? Switch modes? I retrieve the scout. Photo mode. Launch. Whoa! This is just a camera! Oh, I did not realize that. Thank you so much. This is great. Oh, I hate this tangle, though. Not cool. Not a fan. Not cool. Not a fan. Nowhere else I can go in this direction. Nowhere to go but to stand on the scary crystal. I see how it is. Alright, well, this ghost matter, but a ways away. Jump! Okay. It's like between those. What about over here? It's also there. I want to get to this, like, these crystallized jellyfish. I'm gonna get ghost matted. I should probably get inside. Oh no. Oh no! No, let me in! Oh, I'm in space. Nope. I hate this. I hate this. Land on it. Land on it. Oh my gosh, I did it! Oh! I died though. Oh, that was a roller coaster. Am I supposed to get closer to those jellyfish? Or am I just supposed, like, to get close enough to understand that they're jellyfish? But then why am I couldn't really see any way closer. Both paths were locked. Maybe that's as much as I can do there. I mean, I definitely feel like Dark Bramble has something to do with what's gone wrong. Maybe it's spreading, and that's why it was on that island surrounding the jellyfish, or maybe it created the jellyfish? I don't know. How do I go there and... I'm just not sure. I'm not sure exactly what I'm... Like, I'm not sure what else to do on that... on Giant's Deep now. Well, maybe it's time to go somewhere else? I don't think I've explored all of Gabbro's Island. I'll have a quick look on Gabbro's Island. Oh, Calming Belt says check the log. Good shout. I'll go check the log. Entering the launch codes. The timer has started, but I can't check the logs without the timer being started, so... Probe tracking module. Launch module. Yeah. Doesn't seem to have given me anything about the dark bramble yet. The broken remains of a Nomai space station in orbit around Giant's Deep. There are 3 access ways branching off from the central hub area. The orbital probe cannon was created to find the precise location of the eye of the universe. Okay. The Nomai pushed the orbital probe cannon above its maximum power setting to create the greatest chance of finding the eye of the universe. There's more to explore here, yes. But... missing, yeah. It looks heavily damaged. Hang on. How big was the hole in the viewport window? Maybe I could get in? Around the outside? Ew, in space? Yuck, I hate it! Oh, that might be a thing I should do. I didn't really think about it. I could probably access from another angle. Oh, it makes me upset just thinking about it. Whoa, I'll try it. I don't want to, though. The Nomai on the construction yard saw something sink beneath the underwater current, which they previously thought was impossible. Yes. Southern Observatory. There are 2 paths beneath Brittle Hollow's surface that lead to the observatory. One starts at the gravity cannon, and the other starts at the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. I don't know where this is. I'm not... It says Sydney Construction Yard. The Nomai at the Southern Observatory constructed a model of Giant's Deep that revealed how an object might sink below the strong ocean current. I guess I should do that. I'm gonna try and get in on the space station. And I guess I need to find Brittle Hollow. Quirrell says, I don't think you've been to Brittle Hollow yet. Is Brittle Hollow on Giant's Deep? It seems to be. Or is that just a rumor? Is Brittle Hollow... You can tell me. Is Brittle Hollow another planet? Or is Brittle Hollow another place on Giant's Deep? It's a different planet. It sounds scary. So I would have to go to Brittle Hollow in order to discover that. Well, let's try getting in through the space station. And then let's try Brittle Hollow. No. Oh, I'm feeling anxious. We're gonna be doing different things than I've been accustomizing myself to. Ooh. Why is space so awful? Did anyone ever ask that? Giant's Deep is further away. I still might be able to get to it. Please don't pull me through the sun. Autopilot, I am trusting you. I'm trusting you, autopilot. Alright, there's a little space station around the sun. I am definitely gonna get killed trying to get onto that at some point. Ablashka says you don't have to do this. You can always return when you're feeling more prepared. Thank you. Siberia says you're going to find Brittle Hollow scary, but I think it's a scary you can manage. Oh, thank you. That is helpful. Let's get real close. Let's abort the autopilot. Let's match the trajectory. Okay. I would like to... Yes. I would like to match the velocity of you. Ooh. Here we go. This is not the area I thought it was. Is it? Or is it? I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything here for me to... It's making scary sounds! This doesn't seem like there's anything here for me to engage with. I think this isn't what I want. Oh! I'm never making it back out. Okay. Oh! This is fine. We're going out. We're matching the velocity. Yeah, we love to match the velocity. That's great. somewhere on here is exposed to space. Okay, that looks like where the probe module broke off. We don't want that. Oh, I should probably anchor my ship here regardless. Okay, I anchor my ship. Go on, ship. Wanna land? A nice land? Okay, I think it did land. Alright. Am I wearing my suit? I am not. I'm going out in just my suit! Okay, everyone, this is very scary. The last time I did this, I got eaten by a real big fish. Oh, and everything's all topsy-turvy. I hate it. But I think we're gonna need to do this in order to, match the velocity. It's not so scary if you match the velocity, right? Oh, what's scary about moving at the same speed of things? I move at the same speed as the Earth all the time. I'm doing it right now. Okay. Thanks for the energy and the encouragement, everyone. I don't even know if this is what I'm supposed to do, but... Alright, that's like a tunnel to one of the modules. That's the main way in. Right? That's a door that opens, probably. Yeah, that's probe. I don't know how to pass which part of this ship I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to that broken glass room. Tefrax says I move at the same speed as my cat. On occasion. Love it. Yeah, I need to get to the room. The room with the broken glass. 9 says you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Wander around and find out whether or not there's new stuff to see. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Can you be read? No. I think this must be it. This big... Are you open to space? No, you're the creation. That's like where the pool of the goo is. So is this one? No, they both look the same. One of these is open. Right? I think one of these must be open. This one has a big path coming off of it. That looks pretty open. I hate how everything moves. No, match. I can't see a way into this one. So I'm going to assume that this one is not open to the void of space, so it must have been the other one. Is neither of these open? I don't know what I'm talking about. It's open! Is it open enough for me to get in? Maybe? I can see in way better from here, for sure. I'm in! Okay. How do I go down? Roll. Let's try, like... Oh! Okay. We made progress! Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Alright. Probe tracking module projection stone. Let's do some reading first, because I like doing the reading. Okay. Imagine, Privet, the probe tracking module will be the first to know the coordinates of the eye of the universe. You'll be the first to see them. I am honored and terrified. You won't ask the orbital probe cannon to use so much power that it breaks, will you? Fret not, my nervous friend. We only need to fire the probe once anyway, so who minds if it compromises the orbital probe cannon's structural integrity slightly? Uh-huh. I would mind, Mallow. I would mind, because we won't be capable of receiving our probe's data if the probe tracking module is destroyed. Okay, interesting. These people have better technology than Harthians, the Nomais, but they don't seem any more careful and respectful of space than the Harthians, for sure. Alright, there's a key floating there as well. Let's try this. It's gonna scare me. Alright. So this is what it looks like in the probe tracking module room. This is the room I've already been in. Wait, but there's a Nomai statue here now? Were you here before? Let's put you back. Where's the floating one? Please just reach it. Yes. Control module. Projection stone. Oh, the goo! No, that must be the room. That is the room that I'm in. I was in. Probably. Yeah, no, my statue. This was the one I was in. Let's get the text from you. I haven't really learned anything from these, but I don't know, it still feels like progress. 60 seconds of oxygen! But there's a— oh, these trees don't have anything in them. Well, I'm gonna die. I can't make it out in 60 seconds. Let's read. Mallow, my better 50% cassava is sending the last of the cannon components soon, relatively speaking. We'll know the eye's precise location. Cassava tells me he and the construction yard crew have determined a power setting we are not under any circumstances to go above. The thought of concluding our elder's curious and challenging search increases my heart's temperature, my love. These nerds. I see, and am I right thinking that consequently we'll be ignoring that setting? I can pause it. Yeah, okay, we've already read this before, for sure. These absolute nerds. Okay. I say that very fondly, being quite a nerd myself, but the fact that they're just, like, really in love and also really into making this thing at the same time is just very funny to me. It's very endearing and very nerdy, for sure. Tefrax's ancient science nerds. Exactly. These ancient science nerds. I'm going to suffocate. Out of curiosity, can I open this from this direction? Because that would be nice. Can I get oxygen? No. No such luck. Okay. Let's try. Oh, I think I'm suffocating. Well, that's a new kind of death unlocked. Oops. Ron says, did we ever find out what's up with the memory-sucking statues? Not even close. If I could get into the statue construction area, perhaps the statue room, perhaps I would learn something about the statues. But I don't know how to get into the statue room. Okay, we got 10, maybe 15 minutes left of the stream. I'm going to... I guess it's time to go to Brittle Hollow. I don't know anything about Brittle Hollow. So I'm afraid, obviously. It took me a really long time to stop being terrified of Giant's Deep. Is Brittle Hollow... Brittle Hollow is not the fire planet, is it? It might be the... There was a fire planet. But Brittle Hollow has more information on this proby thingy. Okay. I'm gonna put on my spacesuit. just in case we smash. Okay. Down. Blast off. Rowan says somehow the waking up from death gas sounded worse this time. Yeah. Okay. Giant Steep is there, but we don't want Giant Steep. We want... maybe you? What are you? Ash Twin? That's not what we want. I'm being pulled into... Am I being pulled? I'm not. You, what are you? You're the Owl Rock. What are you? You're Brittle Hollow. Okay, Brittle Hollow! Hollow's Lantern? That's your moon is really cool. Okay. Okay, autopilot. Yeah, autopilot. Sure, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm so afraid. Is it all gonna smash? Oh, there's so many structures on this planet. Let's not... okay, this thing's like... I guess the lantern is like firing stuff onto it. Oh. Match the velocity of the planet? Oh, I kind of did it. You don't have very much gravity. Oh, it's a rock that moves when I don't look at it! It went! It's gone! Where are you? I didn't smash my planet my ship when I landed. There was a space rock friend. Well, I don't know if it was my friend, but it was related to my friend. I'm gonna... ooh! Okay, is that a problem for me? Ooh! Probably. I'm getting out, though. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this. Oh, things. The trees are moving. The trees in this grove wander about freely, the entire plant roots and all. This is not normal, even for this alien planet, and I never see them move. Is that even possible? It's the space rocks! If anyone else witnesses this disturbing behavior, I implore you, record your observations here. Either these trees are aberrant, or my brain must be. Plume is right, the trees do move. I confess I didn't notice it until I read his notes. Alarmingly, it isn't only the trees. There's other matter in this area, such as that unusual shard of rock, moving in the same eerie way. That rock is unusual for another reason too, Thatch. It possesses color and texture I've never seen elsewhere on this planet. Ooh. Hypothesis. This rock's shard presence is significant. We should study it. Could it be what is causing other nearby objects to also move about this area? Ooh, everything's gonna move on this planet? Is that gonna scare me? The lava is not scaring me too much. Oh, it was oh dear. I changed my mind. Oh, a rock! I can look away. These rocks are so good, for real. I just love it. I just genuinely love these rocks. Okay. Beneath your feet lies the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. If you're preparing to make your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, descend the steps to the entrance below. The knowledge held within will help you on your journey. Alright. I would like to descend the steps. That's ascending. It's very dark right now. I would like some steps that descend. Oh, they're like right here. They're right next to the... yeah, that makes sense. Actually, this is quite eerie. This is getting eerier the longer I'm here, if I'm honest. I am encouraged by the sibling of the space rock friend, but I... ooh, would you mind turning your light on? Oh, thank you. Yes. How do I light? Like this? Thank you. Thank you, Subarus. That was a good suggestion, and I hope it helps you. I can change the brightness if it ends up being too dark as well. No! No! Take me back to the surface! I hate this! I hate this! Oh no! Oh no! I should have known when it said the quantum heckin'. I hate everything I'm looking at. I don't like it. Oh, this is definitely scary. Oh, you totally called it, Saburius. I hate. Wait, there's safety thingies. Oh, everything's moving. And is that a safety thingy? No, it's like a transporty. Oh, you'll move. That powered it off. It can go up or down. I see. Oh no. Oh no. Why? This is worse than an Escher painting. Entrance to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Ugh. What do you say? The Southern Observatory. I think it was in an observatory I was supposed to go, but let's go to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Below, is it right? Below 90 meters. This is gonna be scary. Okay, everyone, I'm going to be very scared. Yes, Rowan, I'm going to do it for science. I'm going to do it for science. Splatter cake, hi. Ooh. Just yell. I have never yellowed in my life. You only live once is a dire warning to be very careful, in my opinion. Also, I live many times in this game, so not relevant. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, okay, it's fine. It's just pretty lights. This is what I tell Merlin when he sees fireworks or lightning. It's just pretty lights. It's just pretty lights. It's fine. Okay. Okay, now we'll change the little light path. And okay, reading. I love it when there's reading. Well, that's gonna put me on a funny angle. Okay. That's like, ooh, I'm afraid of that. Let's do the reading. I don't have a key, but I can read at the moment. Be welcomed in this place. Above you stands the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. If you are making your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, ascend these stairs and obtain the last of the knowledge you need for your journey. I guess I should do that. I'm ascending these stairs, but the path is broken. Half of the path has fallen off. So I don't have enough jetpack. No. That's not working. There must be another way. What about you? Scary quantum void. What do you say? The crossroads. You're not on right now. But now you are on. Oh. Yell infinity. Oh, that's very true, Splatter Cake. Ooh. Rowan says you only live repeatedly. Yep, true. Severa says, but the pretty lights are so loud. It's true. Bacon says, infinite lies is a good reason to explore deadly scenarios without fear. True. I don't know how to get to the knowledge, so I guess I have to travel elsewhere for now. Ah! No, I don't want to do it. I'm doing it. Oh, I could have chosen that direction, probably. Okay. Where are you going? Oh. Let's go this way. No. I don't want to fall out of this and die, so I'm quite wary. Unidentified signal? Someone's here. Hey, I've been hearing you for a while. Ryback. Oh, you launched! That's great! Great job, you. Wow, I guess that means I've been out here a while, huh? Well, this is Brittle Hollow, but you probably knew that. Lots of history here. It's great. I'm glad you're having a good time. What are you doing here? I'm here to see the Hanging City. It's always been my dream to see it with my own 4 eyes ever since I was a hatchling. An alien race lived in this solar system long before our species even existed. How could I not want to see what their civilization was like? Only... you've probably heard the others say it, right? I'm afraid of space. Me too, Ryback! Seriously, I'm more surprised than anybody that I'm out here. Do you want to know how I even got this far? I fell. Tripped over a gravity crystal. It's dumb luck I landed somewhere my little scout says is halfway stable, instead of being sucked into what's below. Oh, don't talk about what's below. Okay. I've been gauging the stability of the ground around me using my little scout, and this seems to be the place with the best surface integrity. So I'm just going to stay here until I'm ready to move on. But that's enough about me and my problems. You didn't come all this way to listen to me blather, did you? That'd be... yeah. Ooh, I learned something? Oh, cool. What is it? Never mind. I didn't learn anything. Oh, okay. If you find something new about the Nomai, though, I'd love to hear it. Yeah, okay. Where should I explore here? Oh, wow. Where shouldn't you explore here? Not the black hole, actually. That's no. The black hole?! Which is unfortunate because the most exciting stuff is all below the crust, including the Hanging City. That's just to the north. You can kind of see it from here. There's also this big dome on the South Pole called the Southern Observatory. You can't get inside from the surface, trust me, I tried. But if it's like the rest of the Nomai structures here, there's probably a path to it beneath the crust somewhere. I can't get to the observatory except through this horrible quantum world. Okay. Good luck with exploring. If you learn anything about the Nomai, I'd love to hear it. If it's not too much trouble. I like you very much, Ryback. I will bring you information. What are you doing out here? Me? I'm an archaeologist, remember? Or, the archaeologist, I guess? Seeing as I'm all Timberhearth Scott right now. Brittle Hollow is rich with Nomai history. That's why I'm here. This planet is an absolute treasure trove of culture, history, and science. If you have any questions about Brittle Hollow Nomai, I'm your Hearthian. Or, I have some knowledge of them, I mean, so maybe I can help. I like you very much. I'll see you later. Ryback, you're very cool. I'm glad that you're happy here. Can I refill my jetpack? Thank you. Like a toast of marshmallow! Eat. Great. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a path. We're just gonna keep going until the universe explodes. So this will be the last loop. Teferac says best xenoarchaeologist. Absolutely. Okay. I really like Ryback. I too am exploring space, even though I am afraid of it. Where do I go from here? Alright. Gravity cannon. Gravity cannon. This is a map. I don't know what these mean. The Hanging City. Where does it say that restriction? North. So at the top is the Hanging City? The gravity cannon is east. So I guess you're the gravity cannon. Okay. All the things dripping are scaring me. But the banjo playing is really soothing. Blachka says an interesting fact as well is that Ryback has 4 fingers on their hands while the other Hearthians have 3. Possibly that's why they play the banjo. Ooh, that's a great fact. I'm still convinced that the harmonica is inside the anglerfish. Okay. This was a very momentous walk. Knowledge! Okay, let's go. Black Hole Forge District. Eye Shrine District. Meltwater District. And the School District. So that is the Meltwater District. And this is... wait a second. You look the same. You also the Meltwater District, just in another direction. Am I in the Hanging City? Black Hole Forge controls? Oh wow. There's a lot to explore on this in this terrifying place, Snowy. I need a key. The Ash Twin Project requires a powerful, highly advanced warp core. How should we obtain it? Ash Twin is another planet. You also need a key. Maybe there's one buried in the snow somewhere. Dead tree. 2 scrolls. Okay. We could craft a new advanced warp core inspired by the vessel's warp core. The greatest challenge here, I think, is we don't have the design for such a powerful core, or any of the original crafters of the vessel's core. No, but Pope was apprenticed to Anona, who created the original design, and our Black Hole Forge is adept at crafting simpler cores. I believe we can be of use here. The vessel's warp core was created before my time, but Anona explained many of its designs to me. This is the safest path for our clan. Is the safest path the best one? Our goal is worth the risk. Is it though? Oh, more! No, my being dangerous in space. We've tried for so long to find something that I and others now believe we might be impossible to find. If the search for the eye is a futile one, we should choose the option with the least potential for harm. I would very much like to craft such a powerful core. More relevantly, I believe the Black Hole Forge crew and I could recreate the basic design. Abandoning the vessel's warp core and its casing means losing valuable knowledge. This is true, however, it's knowledge we have little hope of recovering. It would be best to relearn, I think. Okay, let's get the last scroll. Huh? Oh, it was just the one scroll? Okay. This is very interesting. Rowan says, I really like the let's go with the least harm option here. Yeah, and somehow I bet they didn't do it. I've got another scroll. Oh! Is the sun already blasting, or is that... No, I think there might be other things. Let's read while we can. We could retrieve the warp core from the vessel. The vessel's warp core is broken. At best, recall those present when the vessel crashed said it sustained lethal injuries. There's no guaranteed reward for this risk. Perhaps we could still repair it. My grandmother told me there was little time to assess the nature of the damage. This would require a return to Dark Bramble. Plume, my father, said many good know my parish there. And many me's! We're just the one, but it was horrible. My mentor Coleus and his old mentor once discovered and studied an anglerfish fossil on Ember Twin. Using that knowledge, we could avoid the anglerfish entirely. Really? I remember that anglerfish fossil. We used to play in the fossil fish cave when we were children on Ember Twin. I need to start keeping a notebook. What Mallory and I learned from that fossil would theoretically help us evade the anglerfish, but our hypothesis was never tested on a live specimen. Interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. This is the worst place. Okay, let's go up. Oh. Let's not fall off any stairs. It's very important when you're a space explorer, such as myself. feels strange, trying to recreate Anona's warp core without him. At times, it still feels strange to no longer be his very young apprentice, and for the Black Hole Forge to be in my care and not his. Hypothesis, this will always feel strange. Even though my time with him was short, I miss my old mentor and deeply. I do have the chance to have the chance to try is thrilling, but I don't want to disappoint everyone. I think I can do this probably, but what if excitement has clouded my assessment of my own abilities? Was I wrong in volunteering to build it? I was born in the star system and never saw Anona's warp core with my own 3 eyes. I only know what he taught me. What if I've bitten off a larger portion than I can consume? Still, all I can give is my best, and as Anona would say, should my best prove insufficient, then we will find another way to achieve what's needed. I have Clary and Root in the Forge, and I have my clan. I am not alone. The writing in this game is very good. I am engaged by all of these snippets in a way I am not always, for sure. Hang on. Alright, there's good lift off here. Where are you taking me? Whoa. Okay. Are things being destroyed? I can't tell. It's a waterfall. Okay. I'm on the surface? I could explore more, but it looks like the sun's already gone red. Let's watch it. I don't think it was long after we saw it red previously. I haven't got anything to stand in that's like anti being exploded right now, but you know what? There's a good chance we won't get exploded. This is pretty amazing. Bacon says, guess a trip to Ember Twin is in order? Absolutely. Before I go to Dark Bramble, I am going to Ember Twin. Tefrak says, I often find game lore incredibly tedious, but I love all these wonderful folk. Yeah. Bacon says, that's why I enjoy watching others play lore-heavy games. That way I get to listen to them explain it to me. Okay, this music means we're almost there. I think. Rowan says, so hopeful and so doomed. Do you think the Nomai only reset the solar system and not the whole universe? I don't know. Bacon says, no, the sun is running away. We're watching it. It's pretty hard to miss. I mean, I guess it's actually really easy to miss. I would just do this. Tefrak says, catch the sun! I think I find this planet less distressing than Giant's Deep. I did hate all of the floating, but there was a lot of controlled floating. I feel like everything on Giant's Deep is a huge uncontrolled disaster being flung around. So this is better. Here we go. Oh. It's shrinking in. Wow. Ooh! Oh. Wow. What an amazing game. Bacon said it'd be an amazing moment if you looked at the ground at the last moment. Rowan says there's no tornadoes. Exactly, there's no tornadoes here. It's better. Everyone says it's so pretty. It was pretty. It did give me chills. They're a little bit frightened chills, but it's still good. Harry says just some pretty lights. Exactly, it's just some pretty lights. And we live again. Okay. Reset loop and quit to main menu. Yes. Wait. Yes. Okay. I think I have to actually close this down. Everyone, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for continuing to keep me company, for giving me little nudges when I need them and tips, but mostly for, you know, not spoiling everything. Thank you, One Quacky Boy, as well, for the follow. This is just an absolutely brilliant game. I'm continuing to love it. I'm definitely going to keep playing it. So I'll be back with this more on Friday. And I'm not sure what I'm playing on Wednesday. Maybe Road Warden? Maybe? I would like to get back to Road Warden. Anyway, yeah. This was beautiful. This was the least scary one yet. So thank you, everyone, for keeping me company as we explored all the pretty lights. I hope you have a lovely weekend. And yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you soon. Goodbye, everyone.